Well, good evening, everyone watching in the United Matters channel. I'm sorry I didn't come up with the live that I promised of the draw, but finally you all know that we've been drawn against Real Betis down in Spain, a team that we've never played in any competitive competition apart from the match that we played down in Spain after the World Cup that was aimed at really getting these players back to their normal fitness levels. And obviously, I think they beat us by 1-0, I think, into that competition, and close to 15 players of United were really out of action into that game of football. The first 11 was not there. I remember it was Tom Heaton, Bissaka, Brandon Williams, Tengi Mengi, I think Victor Lindelof played part, then Scott McTominay, Zidane Iqbal, there was Facundo, I think Facundo Pelestri, right? Then Anton Martial, Garnacho, Kobe Menu. Those are the players that were really around, and it was not a serious team. That's why they beat us, but we've been drawn against them in the round of 16 of the UEFA Europa League. Rokan David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in on a daily. But this comes after us knocking out Barcelona yesterday night in a very good game that I never saw Barcelona putting up competition. It was a game where they were gifted a cheap penalty, though Bruno Fernandes came in through and obviously did the needful and really gave them an easy take. Even the manager really called it cheap. And if I can find his words to be exact, let me find what Erik ten Hag said about this game of Barcelona, because he was asked about Barcelona dominating the first half, and he had the following to say. Where is it? All right. I think this is what he had to say when he was telling us about that Barcelona game, because he was asked on whether Barcelona was on top in the first half. He said, I don't think so. I think it was a cheap penalty, but Bruno Fernandes takes the risk. That is different to the approach in the Premier League, and we have to get used to it. We had chances twice for Bruno. So, Ten Hag, I also agree with him. Amid this Barcelona coming in and really having like 53% possession in the first half and 47% for Manchester United, I think they never had a lot to do in our final third. That's it. In the first half, the only shot they get at goal is when Bruno Fernandes brings down Balde and it's a penalty. And the other chance came in through when David De Gea sloppily gave the pass, gave a ball to Sergio Roberto, and Sergio Roberto found himself in a scoring position. But the trio of Casemiro, Lisandro Martinez, and Luke Shaw really stopped him from really putting that ball at the back of the net, and he made it hard for him to score. So, apart from that, the only two chances you remember or that will cross your mind came in through in the second half. David De Gea saving that header of Jules Koundé. People are calling it world class, but it was in his vicinity and his reach, so I think it was easy for him to really tip it over. And that closure of David De Gea that he does over Lewandowski, and Lewandowski puts that ball past him, then Varane kicks it over the line. I think those are the only two chances I remember for Barcelona. So in the first half, amidst them having 53%, I don't think that they were really dominant in the first half. That's what Ten Hag really had to say over this game of football. Now, we are playing Real Betis on 9th of March at Old Trafford, then the 16th of March away in Spain. All right? To me, I think it's going to be a very good tie, and we're going to knock them out. Even Erik ten Hag, today, while addressing the media about the game of Newcastle that we are playing on Sunday, he has spared some time and really talked about United's draw with Real Betis, and this is what he had to say. It is a playing team, a skillful team, so we will have to play our best. We also played Real Sociedad this season, and so we know. Only when you play your best, you have a chance to survive, and to get into the next round, we will go deeper when we face them. So, he's telling them that we are going to go deeper when we face them. They're playing side. He said we play Real Sociedad. And for Real Sociedad, they are not a team that was really a threat to us. That's it. it was a giveaway from the referee. The referee really gave away a stupid penalty. If at all you all remember, that penalty was stupid. I've never seen a stupid penalty given by the referee. The ball, before hitting Lisandro Martinez's hand, it went off his thigh. And that is nowhere a penalty. Even if you go anywhere, it's not a penalty. And they called him to go to the VAR because the VAR was sending him a message that, please, that's not a penalty. And he just went and really watched or reviewed it at the side monitor. He came back and said, it's a penalty. When we went to Real Sociedad, we beat them by 1-0, but obviously damage had already been done at Old Trafford by the referee. But it helped us in any way that we are really finding ourselves in a better position of having strength and self-belief increase. After knocking out Barcelona, I think that is the best way. You would love to see your team go away at Wembley to play against Newcastle, being in a very good mood, knowing that Barcelona has been knocked out. Then how can Newcastle stop us or fail us? When you look at the talent at Barcelona, it's nowhere near the talent at Newcastle, though it's really going to be a very tight fixture, as I'm going to come up through and really tell you what I think about that game of football in the next 2 or 3 hours. But Erik ten Hag has really come out and said this team is really a very good team. He has said that he wants to survive to get into the next round, meaning that he wants to go all out and win every competition. As I told you, he met Sir Alex Ferguson. I think Sir Alex Ferguson was giving him tips and tactics, you get, and adjustments are supposed to make if at all he wants to win these 4 trophies. And obviously these 4 trophies are all in our vicinity. You get, knocking out Barcelona was like guaranteeing ourselves that we're going to play the finale, because the moment you beat Barcelona, I don't believe teams like Arsenal, Juventus, AS Roma, Union Berlin can stop Manchester United. We are unstoppable. That's it. And with the players returning from injury, I think we are going to be a much better team as it stands. So he's talking about we will go deeper when we face them, meaning that he's ready to take them on to the last minute, and he knows that he can really put them to sword. That is Erik ten Hag. So that's what Erik ten Hag is going to hate to say about the team known as Real Sociedad, and below is everything that you need to know about the draw. And Union Berlin is going to play Union SG, Sevilla versus Fenerbahce, Juventus versus Freiburg, Leverkusen versus Ferencváros, Sporting Lisbon versus Arsenal, Man United versus Real Betis, Roma versus Real Sociedad, Shakhtar versus Feyenoord. That is it. That is it for a side known as the 16 teams left in the draw. So when you look at these teams, you'll see AS Roma, there is Sporting Lisbon and Arsenal, Juventus, Union Berlin is on form. So I think no team is bigger than us. Is there any team bigger than United into this? I don't see anyone. I think even Europa and UEFA will be pushing for a finale between United and Arsenal. I think that will be so much sense making in the final. So those are the draws and how they went. And obviously, we are going to be throwing more light onto that. I've told you what Ten Hag has really said about your Betis. And obviously, he believes that they can fall onto our sword anytime from now. Then, yesterday was a very huge win for Manchester United. And the way we reacted after the second half, after the first half, was really motivating, and it has captivated very many people in the media. And they've gone ahead to ask Lisandro Martinez what really pumped you up in the second half to really find yourself getting a goal in just 2 minutes, because in the 47th minute, Freddy Rodriguez had leveled the game through that assist given to him by Bruno Fernandes-Borges. Now, Lisandro Martinez after the game said, if I tell you what Ten Hag did during halftime, I can't say on camera. He challenged us because we didn't look like as a team, and what we've been doing in the first half, not with energy and of fighting. So he went for them, and you'll know that when Martinez tells you that if I tell you I can't say on camera what Ten Hag told them, because he was fuming. He was fuming because a team that you went out and beat down in, a team that you went out and beat and almost gotten beaten by you down at their stadium in Catalonia, you can't come out right now and tell us that you are 1 goal down by first half. That's it. We looked terrible. You get? And it shows you how bad Barcelona is, because though we played the first half, if Barcelona was a good team, as people say, they would have gone ahead to really score even a second one to kill off the game, because they scored that second goal. They make it hard for us to come back into the game, because when you score one by Freddy, they look for another one, they make it 3. You get? So it looked like Ten Hag went all out on them, and he told them, you people, you know what we want. This is the biggest game of the season. And he knew how big this game was, because even after the game of football, when Ten Hag was really asked about that, he had the following to say, and he declared it the biggest game and the biggest win ever since he came in at Manchester United. And he gave his reason, and it was simple. I usually don't want to eat one's words, and let me throw them here. This is what Ten Hag really had to say about the win against Barcelona. That the biggest win, he said, yes, I think so. We've had some good wins against Liverpool, Arsenal, at home. Really good wins. But I think this is the biggest. Barca is the leader of La Liga, 8 points ahead of Real Madrid. We've all seen Madrid this week, and if you then beat them, I think it's a big win. Now, this is the reason as to why he wanted this win, because he knew exactly what it meant. You get? Real Madrid had come to Liverpool and beat Liverpool by 5-2. Remember, Real Madrid is leading is second behind Barcelona. Barcelona is leading Real Madrid by 8 points, meaning that you are facing a team that is better than Real Madrid. And Real Madrid had already came at Anfield in England and disciplined Liverpool, or put 5 goals past Liverpool, meaning that if you beat Barcelona, that means you've also beaten Real Madrid, because Barcelona has shown that they're the force to reckon with in La Liga. And that's what Erik ten Hag was really talking about. And I think he's really right. And he's saying this is the biggest win ever since he came at Manchester United, because these are teams that have always come here and beaten us. The last time they were here, they beat us by 1-0, and we last beat them 15 years back. Under Sir Alex Ferguson, it was a 1-0 win scored by Paul Scholes that led us to the final in Moscow, and we found ourselves beating Chelsea on penalties, and we won it. So when he tells you that is the biggest win, it reflects back to what Lisandro Martinez is telling you, that he cannot even explain to you what Erik ten Hag did at halftime, because he was fuming. That's it. He was telling them, we can't lose to such a team. We can't lose to such a team. Go on that field of play, play your game, and you're going to win that game of football. And it shows you that this team was reactionary to the words that Ten Hag told them. You get? And it's evident nowadays that first half, we're a little bit sloppy. Second half, we really play very very well. Look at the game against Leeds at Old Trafford. I think for the game of Leeds at Old Trafford, I think we played well. First half, second half. But the difference was we don't score goals in the first half. Second half, we score goals. When we went to their field at Elland Road, we had a very bad first half. I mean, it's us having cameos of chances, but we had a very bad first half. Even the second half was not all that great, but when the manager twisted a little bit, Weghorst to the 10, Rashford leading the line, Bruno wide right, Garnacho wide left. We scored 2 goals in 6. I think it was in 5 minutes. 80th minute, Rashford header. 85th minute, Garnacho breaks through after Weghorst released him, and he scored that goal that really granted us a comfortable win that side. We go to Barcelona. First half, not all that good for the eye, but second half, we overstretched Barcelona and we are the better side. The game of Leicester City, first half a little bit sloppy, though we take a lead. Second half brings in Jadon Sancho, and the game goes to the next level. So it shows you that we are teams that are our team is good at the second half, and I think we shouldn't allow this to happen, because we should be a team that really wins games early. The more you win games early, the more your players are going to rest. With the bulk of games that we are having ahead of us, we need to start winning these games early enough. So guys, your reactions to Ten Hag's reaction onto us being drawn with your Betis are welcome in the comment section below. Lisandro Martinez coming out and revealing to us what Ten Hag told them that we turned over this game of football are welcome in the comment section below. May the Almighty bless you abundantly. And David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later.